Man, that it gets pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but you just got to learn to block it out.
Do you feel like you've had a good start to camp? Coach said you've been pretty consistent.
Yeah,
In one practice.
definitely. I feel like I've had a good start. Had a couple rough patches there, but today was a good confidence booster. Went 5 for 5 at the very end.
So you do that. What does that do for your confidence as a kicker?
Oh, it's tremendous. Just coming in and kicking the same kick every time, just really trying to be consistent. That's just the main thing that I'm trying to do here.
What do you think of the crying baby and all the music? Does that distract you in any way?
I don't think so, no. For me, it's just knowing my spots and getting my hip through the ball.
Does it help you prepare for what it will be like on game day, you think, here?
Yeah, I think it will. Today I felt water splashing on my back leg. Anything that can mess me up. You're just trying to prepare for when the 102, 455 get out there.
That was the first time we'd heard of this training camp, but if they played it before during periods during portions of practice we're not there.
Excuse me?
Crying baby, if you heard that earlier at training camp.
Yes, yeah. They had played it a couple days earlier. Anybody else?
Consider confidence. You had maybe one day you would like to add back, but today you finished 5 for 5. Just kind of, how do you stay even keel, through all the pressure? Just talk about the challenge of that.
Yeah, well, I think the challenge is just knowing your technique and finding little things that you're doing wrong, and really just focusing on the process and not the outcomes.
Have you been pleased with how you haven't pressed? Maybe tried to do too much. Do you feel like you kind of stayed within yourself?
Yeah, I feel like I've stayed within myself. Me and Greg Meyer, one of the GAs that works with us every day, we've been going through late at night, just going through stuff and really getting my technique down.
What was your routine like this summer to get ready for training camp?
I would probably kick about 2 or 3 days a week. I really just kind of work with the snapper and holder, Gian Papa and Patrick Ashford. But I feel really comfortable with them, and I think things are going really good with us three being out there.
Are you doing any punting at all?
As of right now, I'm not, but I'm third on the depth chart, so we'll see.
When Coach says there's 2 seconds left and he puts you out there to kick, do you feel anything like a game situation?
For me, I want to be out there. I want that to happen. So, I just have to embrace it and do my thing.
What is the biggest crowd you've kicked in front of in a game?
I would have to say the Under Armour All-American game. I'm not sure the total crowd, but it was in a big stadium. And, I was just focused on what I had to do, and it really didn't bother me that much.
Have you got any advice on how to deal with that kind of crowd playing in front of 100,000 if you end up getting the job or anything?
Not really. James Woodhoyt, he was my teacher, and he said that just really focus on your technique and 2 or 3 words, just say them over and over in your head, and that'll get you through the kick, and just being really consistent no matter where you're at.
What are those 2 or 3 words?
Well, for me, they're hips. Get your hips to the ball and drive up.
Was the opportunity to play as a freshman a big part of the reason you're interested in Tennessee?
Not really. I grew up a fan, so for me, it's just representing my state more than anything.
What about leg management? Tired leg. We hear a lot of that a lot of times during camp. How do you? What do you do there? And is that a concern?
Well, here we have a recovery workout that we do, and also cold tub as well. So the training staff is really on top of things and make sure the players are well taken care of.
Is that something you had to watch this summer? Not kicking too much.
Yes.
To get too ready.
Yeah.
Limit how many days you kick or how much you kick.
Yeah, I tried to limit myself to probably like 30 balls the day I kick. So just making sure you plan ahead and really protect yourself.
Expect any extra distractions Saturday? I know in the spring Butch put 80 guys around a kicker and made make kicks. Do you expect that to happen?
With Butch, I don't know what to expect. He comes up with some of the weirdest stuff, but I love him. He's a good guy. He really is.
You have a feel for the kickoff competition yet? Is it kind of you and George?
We really haven't worked on it as a team, so I can't tell you.
Yeah. Does having visited so much as a recruit for Neyland Stadium, does that help you at all in preparation for mainly what it's going to be like from an atmosphere standpoint?
I think so. I remember going to the Georgia game and just hearing that crowd noise. I think it's going to prepare me a lot.
What do you consider your range?
Anywhere from 55 in. I feel pretty comfortable at that.
Which one, as far as calling Michael Clardy the MVP of last year's team, did you ever talk to him, get any advice from him, or what's it like to follow in his footsteps? A guy who did pretty much all the kicking.
Yeah, Mike. He had a lot of roles last year, and we need somebody to fill him. So it was good to see him progress through his years and really end on a good note back and forth.
Aaron, for technique stuff, is it Coach Elder that you talk to? Is it a GA? Is it someone else that talks to you about specific technique, footwork, things like that?
Well, I have two people, Greg Meyer and James Wilhoit. James has been my personal trainer growing up through high school, and he's communicating back and forth with Greg, and it's just this system that we have, and I think it's working really well.
People talk about quarterbacks, how some coaches don't want them to work with specialists. So Coach Jones and the staff, they like the fact that you're working with other specialists to get better.
Repeat the question.
Yeah, it's so they embrace the fact that you're working with kicking specialists, things
Yes.
like that.
Yeah, I think if bad snap or something goes wrong, Patrick can roll out and throw the ball to the tight end or something. Just making sure that you manage the situation if it pops up.
Aaron, has it taken a while to get comfortable? Do you feel comfortable yet? I guess where are you level of just comfort of being here and battling for that position?
I couldn't wait to get up here, man. I think my first week I was a little, wide-eyed, but once all the players and the speakers, and just being around the guys, it's kind of helped me settle down a lot.
And coming to the practice field, I guess did it take a couple plays to kind of feel like, hey, this is SEC football now?
I don't think so. I've been working a lot in the summer outside, so I feel like that's got me really used to just being out in the atmosphere and coming back around.
Aaron, I'm sure people have asked you about it, but Coach Jones talked about you going 5 for 5 in situational stuff. From a confidence standpoint, being a true freshman, do you walk off the field today feeling better than you have in a while?
Yes, definitely. Going 5 for 5, that's tremendous in building a kicker's confidence. But I just say to myself, same kick every time, just do your job.
You said you grew up in Tennessee. Any memorable kicks you remember watching, anything like that? Or?
I do remember James's kick against Florida. That's probably the only one that really sticks out in my mind. But as far as game winners and stuff, Michael Pilardi, I was there for that one as well. Yes.